Ladies and gentlemen, a very hearty and warm Wild Sheep Foundation welcome to Miss Jennifer Griego, FNAWS Achiever.
Thank you so much. My name is Jennifer Griego. I am 17 years old, and I have harvested all 4 North American sheep. And I say that because that is something I thought I would never be able to say. See, 2 years ago, on this very night, in this very room, I was inspired by one of my friends from Wounded Warrior Outdoors to begin my quest. I was born with a lung disease called cystic fibrosis. It's a life-threatening disease with no cure. And when I began my quest, I was recovering from a really bad lung infection. I had lost 20 pounds, I was nauseated for 6 months, and my lung function was 52%. But the day I got my first ram was one of the best days of my life. It was almost as if God had taken away my CF for a day. But that night, reality kicked in, and I had some of the worst abdominal pain of my life. I was hours from any medical care, and my dad and I were really worried that something bad might happen. But thanks to my mom and the medication she packed for me, by the next morning it had resolved. But that night, my dad and I realized the dangers of my quest. And my second ram was in North Dakota in about 20 degrees with a wind chill. I was laying in the snow for almost an hour, waiting for a shot at an amazing ram. I did end up getting that ram that night, but I couldn't sleep from the constant coughing because of laying in the snow and breathing in the frigid air. I had to do multiple emergency nebulizers just so I could be able to catch my breath. And my quest for my fourth ram was something I thought would be one of the biggest challenges of my life. So we flew to Northwest Territories to meet with Raven Throat Outfitters to try and find a nice dark fannin to finish my FNAWS. We saw many beautiful rams, but when we saw the nice dark fannin, we knew that was my ram. We got as close as we could, about 500 yards, and I laid on the mountain waiting for my shot. He fed toward us, and when he finally stopped, I took my shot, and when I saw him drop, I broke down, and I just started crying in awe of what had just happened. I had just completed my FNAWS. I had to walk across huge boulders to get to him, but I did not want to take my eye off that white speck in the distance. I crested over this hill, and he was right there. I dropped to my knees, held my ram in my hands, and just cried and thanked God for what had just happened. I held my ram in my hands, looking at the sheep that had just completed my FNAWS. That day, we packed up and headed back to camp, which was about a 6-mile hike in the rain through wet boulders up and over a mountain. About the last 50 yards to camp, me and my friend Lincoln Tapp raced each other to the tents. I beat him by a couple seconds. It was amazing to me that 2 years before that, I was sick in bed, and I couldn't even really thinking of going on a camping trip. And then I was running and sprinting after a 6-mile hike back to camp. So many things have gone into this journey, and I am so blessed to have had everything that's happened. And my lung function started out at 52%. But thanks to the CF Foundation and all of the research and money donated, I've been on new medications and new types of treatments that have helped me tremendously. My lung function is now 77%, the highest it's been in about 10 years. I am so immensely thankful for everyone who has helped me throughout my journey, for my friends who have done everything they can to support me, my amazing family who's been there with me through the thick and the thin, and my parents, my mom who's always there to help pack my meds and every step of the way, every doctor's appointment, and my dad who's on every mountain with me, training, in my ear for every shot. But most of all, I thank the Lord. The Lord has blessed me greatly with everything. And God gave me a lung disease. It's a blessing in disguise because it's taught me so many things. It used to hold me back, and I thought it set my limits for me, but I've learned through this journey that it doesn't. and I let it hold me back for about 15 years, but when I finally pushed back, I accomplished something I once thought was impossible. I've learned that CF doesn't set my limits for me, and I've learned that if you have something that holds you back, all you have to do is push back harder. And my friend Pat Scroggin has taught me that what you have does not make you who you are. It's what you do with what you have that makes you who you are. But this isn't about me. This is about everyone who has supported me throughout this. 2 years ago, I was inspired. And last year, after my speech, Dr. Bob DeGrazia came up to me and he told me he had just been diagnosed with ALS. But my speech inspired him to go and complete his FNAWS. He emailed me a couple weeks ago with a picture of his amazing RAM and telling me that I had inspired him to finish it. And I am so grateful that I was able to do that and reach out to someone. This event has allowed me to be inspired and me to inspire other people, and I'm very, very grateful for that. See, God has blessed me with an amazing life, even though I have a disease that holds me back. I don't let it anymore. And I just want to say, God bless my family, and God bless everyone who has supported me, and God bless you guys, my Wild Sheep family.